Here are the top posts from Ask Reddit on the 15th of November 2019.
DT Saranya. You get $1 billion if you can start a massive argument at your family's Thanksgiving dinner. What's your game plan? Leoranda Horse Thief. I just won $1 billion, and I don't think I'm going to share it with any of you. Fabergé Og. Invite my sister. That's it. Last time it got low-level violent after about 90 minutes. Edit. Lots of you asking about the violence. I pushed her away from me because she was in my face. Nose to nose. Trying to get me to react to her tantrum monsieur, then she attacked me. So I did a panicked girly kick to the shin. There's a massive backstory around my sister's behavior towards me and my parents, but it's too long to go into here.
Long Roof. My mother-in-law's Thanksgiving dinner tastes better.
Josh H. One. Redditors who live in Wyoming. Why? Butterfly Nana 8. Roads are too iced over to escape. The wind keeps blowing my wagon over. Ezekiel has cholera. Again. Send salt pork. Lucky Hunter Dude. I lived there for 7 years. The lack of people made it the most relaxing period of my life.
Moose Wandering. My parents left me here.
Slide Away 1. What actor, actress instantly ruins a movie for you? Tobias Mason Park. She doesn't ruin, but I audibly groan whenever she shows up. Gwyneth Paltrow.
PGSR 315. My sister in Fake Taxi.
Geico PR. Cardi B on the new upcoming Fast and Furious movie, yikes.
Ralphie 73. Serious. Teen girls of Reddit. What can your father do to help you open up and talk to him about your life, emotions, and problems?
SpaceGaze 303. He got honest, opened up to me first. It kinda broke down that barrier of how you think your parents are superhuman, haven't experienced things. Told me about how he was upset about something. Definitely made it easy to get honest with him.
Blahu. When I was in high school I was very depressed. My dad once came into my room and sat on my bed while I was cleaning. Have you ever thought about killing yourself? Quote. He asked. I was a little shocked by the question. I had. But I didn't want to worry him. So I turned the question back on. Hi monsieur, have you? Quote. Yes, he replied. And told me all about he was bullied in school. How he felt alone. How he got through it. He didn't push me to talk about myself. He opened up about himself and his vulnerabilities in a way that completely changed our relationship. I'll never forget that moment and how much it meant to me. A hand reaching out when I felt like my pain was invisible. It's not about being the perfect parent. It's about revealing your humanity and just being there to be patient and listen. He is my closest confidant to this day. Love that man.
Shitposting 1667. Technically I'm a year late, but from my experience don't force it. Asking how her day was or what she's doing is fine and dandy. Just don't hover and ask it every second. If you express interest but don't push, she may come to you. Also, please don't make fun of the stuff she enjoys. It hurts so much. Even if she's into the cringiest, most annoying, most total garbage. How can anyone like this thing? Don't make fun of it. Don't poke jokes about shows she likes, or groan with irritation at the songs she listens to. That is a surefire absolute way to make sure she never wants to share anything with you. This goes double or triple for emotions. Don't belittle her bad days or her feeling sad, even if it's about something that's trivial to you. If she opens up a little and you respond kindly without judgment, she may open up again.
Ollie PK. Therapists of Reddit. Do abusive people know they are abusive? How are they justifying their behavior in their minds?
Gay bandito. Some people lack the self-awareness necessary to recognize that their behaviors as abusive. Often, people, even those who know their behaviors are abusive, use a skill called rationalization to make the abuse seem justified or less bad in their minds. For example, a person who attacks their significant other may believe that they deserved it because they were wasteful with resources or did not clean up after themselves. Unfortunately, as is often the case in wildly inappropriate behaviors, people sometimes tend to believe that their behaviors are justified given the circumstances. Christopher Rabbit. Not a therapist, but my work involves psychology. Most abusive people, as far as I have observed, know they're abusive, but as others have said, they convince themselves that the abuse is justified because of the actions of the victim. They know, deep down, that their behavior is unacceptable, but will argue to the death that the victim deserved it or was better off for it because they don't want to, cannot accept that they are as bad as they likely suspect or fear they are.
Monstera Delhi. In domestic violence, yes, the perpetrator is usually aware that they're abusive, or rather, that their actions would be frowned upon were they publicly known. At least in societies where violence against partners or children is not considered normal and appropriate behavior. Injuries are in easy-to-hide spots. Victims are threatened to stay silent and or cut off from unsupervised social interactions where they could tell some of the controlling behavior. Never leaving the victim any money or easy transportation is not just to keep the victim helpless, but also a way to keep them from resources where they could talk about what's going on. The other part is mental gymnastics to justify their actions. Beating children is usually wrong, but this child is so terrible it deserves it, or needs such treatment to behave, or the victim provoked the monsieur. What counts as a provocation tends to get smaller and smaller over time, from not agreeing with the perpetrator in public, to simply asking a question at home. Perpetrators will find slights in everything to use as a justification. After a while there are often no safe options left. Speak and get beaten for being annoying. Stay silent and get beaten for pouting. FX. Perpetrators tend to be good at what they do. There are of course the openly violent, uncontrolled drunks, as one common stereotype, who simply don't care and do whatever they feel like whenever they feel like it. But many are more subtle with their abuse and ease into it. Small acts they apologize profoundly for. More abuse that they rationalize and explain away. And as the victim is conditioned to comply, and there are no consequences to the hidden violence, things get worse and worse. Sometimes it's not fully conscious and simply a gradual release of control. With others it's a meticulously planned and enjoyed process. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.